Hello, everyone. Have you had one of those mornings? So I apologize for all the various lights. I tried to actually fix a blind so that it wouldn't have all of the sun, at least I can say the sun is out, all over, and then I made it worse. So we're going to live with it like this. And we're all going to have our eyes closed meditating anyway, and you'll be journaling yourself, and I'll be journaling, and so it'll work out just perfectly and fine, exactly how it's supposed to. Meanwhile, I hope some of you are enjoying some gorgeous weather. So let's take a few moments and center ourselves and just enter into that contemplative place inside of ourselves. So I invite you to close or lower your eyes. And we will take 3 deep breaths together, starting from empty, breathing in, letting it out with a sigh, and again, and one more time. I invite you to just allow your breath to return to its own natural rhythm, taking a moment to notice any places within you that are feeling any tension or tightness, and just sending a little extra love to those places. Sometimes we have to tighten them more before we can completely relax them. At least I find that's what I need to do with my shoulders. Make sure that you've scanned your entire body from your toes all the way up to the top of your head. And then take a moment to just notice how you're feeling and where that's sitting in your body. So if you're feeling joy, where is that sitting? If you're feeling anxiousness, where is that sitting? And if you notice that you're having thoughts about what's come before this moment, what might you need to get done for the day, or come after this moment, I invite you just to set those thoughts aside as much as you are able, knowing that you're taking this time for yourself to connect with God, and you can come back and pick those up at any time. Or you may choose after this time that you don't need to pick them up. And now notice how you're feeling and where that is sitting in your body. I invite you to imagine yourself in a place that is really beautiful. It might be in nature, it might be your favorite room in your house, but a place where you feel completely safe. It's this place where you go to commune with your higher self, to commune with God. That place where you and God can meet. It's that place where we've been visiting the last few weeks, and I just invite you to take a look around today. See if anything has changed. Notice the landscape. What do things look like? Engage all of your senses. Notice any smells, any sensations, the wind on your skin. Maybe the smells produce some kind of taste in your mouth. Maybe you're hearing the roar of the ocean, a babbling brook, waterfall, the sound of crickets, birds overhead. birds and trees singing. Just take a moment to notice what is all around you. And when you look to your right, you notice a chair. I invite you to go to that chair and to sit in it and to notice how it feels, what kind of chair it is. But in this moment, it is the perfect chair and place for your comfort and for you to take this time. The word miracle can conjure up all kinds of things for people. I'd like you to notice that when I say the word miracle, what comes up for you? Do you embrace it? Do you have resistance to it? Just notice how you feel about the word miracle. And notice any place in your body where that word might sit, or that, when you think of that word, you notice a particular sensation, and just notice where that is in your body. And I invite you to take just a moment or two to write down any thoughts or feelings you're having around that word miracle. And if nothing's coming up for you right now, just take a moment to just be with the word miracle. Now, many of you may have read about the miracles that Jesus performed, either read them in the Bible, heard about them in a sermon, learned about them in Sunday school, heard them from a friend. I'd like you to just take a moment and just pick one of the many miracles that Jesus did, one that particularly touches you. And put yourself in the place of the person receiving that miracle. What might their life have been like? What might they have been feeling? And take a moment and write that down. Write in as much detail as you can what their life may have been like. How they would have felt before the miracle happened. Be as detailed as possible. Listing out whatever feelings, whatever might have been going on in their body. Remembering that for someone, maybe that had leprosy, there was pain in the body involved, as well as emotional pain and the pain of feeling ostracized and feeling disheartened and hopeless and being in despair. So I'm just going to give you just a couple of minutes to put yourself in that person's place and write out in as much detail as you can what it would have been like for them, what their life was like before Jesus entered their life. So I'll give you about another 30 seconds to write out any other final thoughts about what life would have been like for this person before they met Jesus. My guess is you know what's coming next. What happened and what did they feel like after they met Jesus, after this miracle occurred for them? How was their life different? How was their life changed? What might they have been feeling both at the moment of the miracle and afterwards? So I'll give you about a minute and a half to write out what the person was feeling both kind of what they were feeling at the time of the miracle happening, meeting Jesus and having the miracle happen, that whatever healing it was that happened, and then what they were feeling afterwards. So just take about a minute and a half for that. Okay. Now take a look at what you just wrote, both what it was like for the person prior to the miracle happening for them and what it was like for them after this miracle that Jesus did for them happened. And ask yourself if you have ever experienced a miracle. Have you ever experienced a miracle? And if so, what was that like? And using what you wrote about what this other person who had a miracle might feel, notice if there's anything similar. So it may help you to look at the feelings and look at what was going on for the person prior to the miracle, and look at the feelings afterwards. Have you had an experience where those things happened for you, where it was one way and then another? And there are lots of types of miracles. So just take a moment, and it could be, maybe it was a miracle that you noticed with someone else. So if it wasn't a miracle for yourself, maybe it was a miracle that you witnessed for someone else. So just take a few moments and write down in as much detail as possible any kind of miracles that you have experienced. And I'll give you about 2 to 3 minutes for this. So as you're finishing writing up about any miracle that you experienced, also include in there, how did it change your life? What was different for you afterwards? As well as, did you share that experience with anyone? So what was different? How did your life change as a result of this miracle? And did you share it with anyone? Or was it something you felt like you needed to keep to yourself? So just add that information in now. So go ahead and finish up the thought you were on, knowing that you can always come back to this and write more later. And is it, as you go back into your contemplative place, with your eyes closed or lower, I want you to notice if you light up inside when you think of this miracle. Do you feel lighter? And do you light up? Does it make you glow with joy? And does that light inside of you shine to others? Noticing that if you shared this miracle that happened for you, if you shared it with others, how did that feel? And if you didn't share it with others, how did that feel? And go ahead and take a moment to write that down. What it felt like to share the miracle, or if you didn't share the miracle, how did that feel to you? And then take a moment in our last few moments together. Maybe you were like, I don't have any miracles. I can't think of anything. And I invite you to look around you and write about the miracles that you see around you. If you've, not just with, maybe a miracle you witnessed with someone, but also the miracles that are around you every day. Taking a few moments to just reflect in appreciation for the miracles that are around us every day. Both the small ones and the big ones. The buds coming out on the trees right now, and the flowers that are coming out. Those are miracles. That this little tiny seed can become a plant, or that the flowers, they know exactly what to do every year. Maybe you've been privileged to be at a new baby's birth, or to be with someone when they transitioned into death. Those are also miracles. So what miracles have you witnessed? So take a couple of moments to write those down from this place of real deep appreciation for what you're able to notice in your life. And if you feel like your life has no miracles in it, write what you'd like it to be. What miracles would be helpful for you at this time. So take just a moment to finish writing your thought down. And as you are ready, I invite you to come back to this time and place, wiggling your fingers and your toes, recognizing that each breath we have is a miracle from God. Each breath we get to take. And a whole lot of appreciation for this life that we have, for the miracles that are around us, and any miracles that we have been privileged enough to have as a part of our life. I would love to hear what miracles have happened for you, so please leave a comment and let me know, and let the others know, because when we share our light and share the light in the way that God has shown in our lives, we give hope to others, and we let others know that it's possible for them as well. Have a blessed, blessed day.